Don't even fall.
Don't fall.
No, I'm talking to the damn, what you call it, the camera stand. I ordered a new camera stand. That one all messed up, and you know, but it served its purpose after like 3 or 4 years, so it happens. But what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with a new video. Please make sure you start this video off by clicking that thumbs up button. Also make sure that you share this video on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, or wherever you share our videos. Also make sure that you include the hashtag The Scorpion Show when you tweet about us. You can do it on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. This weekend, you know, it was the first weekend in August, and I found out that there are 5 weekends in August, and it won't happen again until another 800 years, so we'll be long gone before that ever happens again.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, well, you know what, we'll be gone. 800 years, we won't. Okay,
you'll be
our bodies won't be here, but spiritually we'll be here.
All right now, okay? Because I got an invitation.
I know that's right.
Speak for yourself.
So in 800 years. So, yeah, I hope you guys had a good weekend. I enjoyed my weekend. Went the first Friday. Had a great time. Keisha Cole showed up. But I was in the basement while Keisha Cole was there. And when I finally came up, you know, they said she was leaving. So I said, well, how long was she here for? They said less than 5 minutes. So the part that I did get to see Keisha, she was leaving. But she was so light. I didn't know she was that light. Like, she is, you talk about high yellow, Keisha Cole.
So what was she? She was at a club performing?
She wasn't performing. Yeah, she wasn't there performing. She performed at the TLA on Friday. So you know, like when you in town, the clubs want you to come out. So she hit up a couple different spots. But it was like, damn, Keisha, they said you was in the booth, you sung maybe 2 songs, and then you just bounced. So I don't know, but that ain't my problem. But cause I'm not a real big Keisha Cole fan. Like, oh my God, I got to go see her. But you know, some of the people were disappointed with her, but I'm sorry that y'all were disappointed, but I hope you had a good first Friday because it was popping. And, yeah, I didn't get a chance to go to the movies to go see Get On Up, but I'm going to go see that tomorrow afternoon. And I know that you went to go see the film.
Yes, I did. And it was good. It was really good. Chad
Boswick.
Let me make sure I get his name right.
Boswick.
I want to make sure I say his name right because I don't like when people mess up my name.
Go ahead.
I don't. I really don't. It's taking forever for his name to come up. Chadwick Chadwick Boseman.
Boseman, B-O-S-M-A-N?
Yes.
Boseman.
Whatever. He did an amazing job playing James Brown. He had James Brown down to the T, down to the voice, his performance skills, just the way he looked. They picked the perfect person to play James Brown. The movie, it was basically centered on his career, like his life when he was James Brown. Of course, there were moments because they did a lot of flashbacks in this movie. And they did a lot of flashbacks to when he was a child. He had a really, really troubled childhood with both his parents, just literally abandoning him as a child. I'm not going to tell you too much about the story, but it was a really good movie. It did a lot of flashbacks, and it didn't do the flashbacks in like in order. Like it was just like all over the place, the flashbacks.
Oh, wow.
But it was a good movie. I would urge everyone to see it. I do think that he will be nominated for at least a Golden Globe. I can see that at his horizon. Octavia Spencer, she did a really good job, even though she didn't have a big of a part in the movie. But she did a really good job. So did Viola Davis. She did a great job as well. She played James Brown's mom. Off of James Brown, I like going to the movies to catch the previews. And while I was there yesterday, did I go to the movies yesterday? Yeah, I went yesterday. Did I go? What's today?
This is Monday.
Yeah, I went to the movies yesterday. Because I couldn't remember what day it was. While I was there, they showed the previews for the Jimi Hendrix movie starring Andre
3000.
And when I tell you, Andre 3000 is Jimi Hendrix. He's got him down to the voice, down to the look. I can't wait until that movie comes out. And as I was watching that preview, I was like, Andre's going to be nominated for something big. Like, he really, really captured Jimi Hendrix. Even down to the voice. Because as I was watching him, I was like, damn, I've seen a lot of clips on YouTube of Jimi Hendrix and watched like a lot of PBS because, you know, I'm boring and I'm old and I'm, you know, lonely. So I watched a lot of PBS specials of Jimi Hendrix's life as well. And, you know, I'm familiar with his voice. So when I, you know, saw Andre 3000 playing him and then doing the voice, I'm like, damn, he sounds just like the real Jimi Hendrix. Like, wow. So Andre 3000 and Chadwick Boseman, they did a really good job portraying James Brown and Jimi Hendrix. I can't wait until
when does the Jimi Hendrix movie come out? Maybe Christmas, Thanksgiving. Well,
this year.
It'll be out this year.
It'll be out this year.
Also, you guys, as y'all can see, I'm wearing the Scorpion Show shirt. The Scorpion Show shirt sale is from August 5th until the 13th. It's 20% off any order over $30. So that means you can get shirts, you can get phone cases, you can get our mugs, you can get shot glasses, you can get whatever is available at thescorpionshow.spreadshirt.com. Use code SUMMER14, and when you come to the Scorpion Show barbecue, I hope that you come representing wearing a Scorpion Show shirt if it goes with what you're going to wear. Also, the Scorpion Show barbecue is next Saturday, August 16th from 2 until. Please bring school supplies. If you drink, please bring drinks. Please bring a positive attitude. I want everybody to have a great time. Again, I'm just excited for it, just so I can meet you guys, have fun, party, eat, and then let the day be over. Like, I can't wait. It's like it crept up so fast. We've been talking about this for almost a good 6 months, and now it's like it's almost here. Yes, we are 11 days away. So I can't wait to see y'all. And if you still want to donate, I'm closing the donations off on Sunday at midnight. So if you want to donate 5, 10, or whatever you guys want to donate, it's open until then. And if you still want to donate, you can just bring your donation to the barbecue, or just bring the school supplies with you when you for the school drive. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone that donated, because we have almost 100 people that donated. So thank you all so much. I don't know why I'm getting more crap out there. Yes, I don't know what's been, let me tell you something. I don't know what the hell has been going on with me. It's like, as I get older, I just start to get emotional about stuff. And I've never been that type of way. Like, even like when it came to death and me seeing it on the news, I just was not bothered by it. And now as I get older, I start to see a lot of stuff, or, you know, get excited about stuff, and I can just cry. I don't know what the hell is going on. Maybe it's the almost 30 syndrome. I don't know. But yeah, so I just want to say thank y'all. And you know, over the weekend there was some violence here in the city that was just so sad. A 3-year-old girl was killed during a shootout in South Philly, and she was hit by a stray bullet. She was just outside. You know, when you outside at night, it's nice out, on the porch getting her hair done. She got shot and killed. A person doing her hair was shot. The person that they was shooting at got shot in the head. And you know, it's just crazy to see that in the city. And my heart goes out to the girl's family, and our hearts go out to the children that were killed 2 weeks ago. Their funeral was today. And big shout out to Charles Barkley for paying for those children's funeral. And it's just so sad because their mother is still in the hospital, and I don't even think she's aware of what happened to her children, because I know they said she was in a coma, but I haven't heard them report of her being out of the coma or anything. But it's just so sad that all this senseless violence is happening in the city, and it needs to stop. And you know, I don't want it to get out of control. So, you know, if you can turn people in, turn them in. When one of the gunmen has been caught, they're looking for the other one, and also the people that was behind the car accident, they were arrested too. And you know, they're never seeing the light of day. But you know, I just wanted to talk about it, and I heard about what happened to another 3-year-old girl in Baltimore. So let's just keep let's just pray for peace. And then with the war that's going on in Palestine and Israel, I was watching Meet the Press early this morning because they showed the recaps, and it's just like, you know, they have both of the people defending their countries, but at different times, and it's still like nobody is getting nowhere with what they're talking about. And if you want a peaceful resolution, violence is not it. Killing innocent people is not it. Now, I'm not fully aware of everything that's going on, so I'm not going to say too much, but you can't expect peace with violence. You'll get nowhere. Have peaceful talks. End this. Do the ceasefires. Stop having innocent people be killed over what you guys are fighting over. It's not worth it. It's just, you know, you see the images. Sometimes you scroll through Twitter and see an image of a dead body or a body part or just blood everywhere and children in hospitals and stuff. And then they're saying that people are being used as targets. Come on with that. Come on. If you want to fight, bitch, you go out there and fight and get killed. Don't put nobody innocent in front of you. That's not right. That's not right at all. Then I heard they was building tunnels and all of this shit. I'm like, what is really going on with the world? What is really going on? It's so much. But, you know, everybody's so worried about what's going on with Beyonce and Jay-Z that they're not opening their eyes to what's going on with, you know, in other parts of the world.
No, everybody's so concerned about what they think they know what's going on with Jay-Z and Beyonce.
It's just ridiculous. And I just want to just pray for peace, because that's what this world needs, and there's just so much going on. But I'm going to try to lift this back up before I start getting emotional and stuff. Let's talk about the Ebola outbreak. Okay. So you know that Ebola has been around for a while, and they said like in West Africa is really starting to get, it's getting worse. Over 700 people have died from this disease already, and 2 Americans have passed away that were over there, but 2 doctors that were working over there treating patients with Ebola ended up getting the disease as well, or the virus as well. And it was reported last week that the CDC were going to have them flown back to America in Atlanta and have them worked on. This is my thing. I wouldn't want them flown back just in case, you know, something, you know, accidentally happens, like someone can accidentally get it like those doctors did, and then we have something to go on in America. I wouldn't want that for our country. And I just was saying, like, you know, if we have all of this special treatment, why not just take our doctors and take the treatment that we have and take it over there to help those people instead of bringing it back into this country. And, you know, Donald Trump said a lot of stuff. I understood where he was coming from, but it still came off negative, like very negative. And Whoopi Goldberg got on him today about it for what he said. You know, she's like, he's my friend, but, you know, what he said was stupid. And it was stupid what he said, but I just wouldn't want to hear. And now today on the news, they're saying that somebody in New York City that was over in West Africa is being tested to find out if they have Ebola. So it's just a scary situation. How do you feel about it?
Well, first I want to talk about what exactly Donald Trump said, because he said more than what it was that you just said. What Donald Trump tweeted was, the U.S. cannot allow Ebola infected people back. People that go to faraway places to help are great, but must suffer the consequences. That is what Donald Trump said. This is my take.
Oh my God.
I have a problem with that. I have a problem with his statement, and I also have a problem with people thinking that somehow those who are infected with this, especially Americans, should not be allowed back into the country until they are fully cured from this virus, or whatever the case may be. This is my first time ever hearing about Ebola, so I know nothing really about it. I'm really ignorant to the virus. But what I will say is that it was a little disheartening, because I had heard about the story, a few days ago, about these people coming, about these Americans over there helping and then getting the disease and then them coming back. But I was unaware of the fact that there were actually people here in America that were wishing that those people didn't come back over here. And it wasn't until I watched The View today when they posted Donald Trump's tweet when I said, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. And then when I posted it on my Instagram and I saw people, majority of the people, you know, thought that what he said was wrong, but there were a lot of people who were like, they agreed with what he said. And it kind of really, it baffled me, because I'm thinking that here you have people, doctors, who go over to a country like South Africa. Is this where this happened?
West Africa.
West Africa, where they go and they go to help people who don't have the means and the resources to help themselves, and then they wind up getting contracting the disease themselves. And being as though these people don't have the means to help themselves and they don't have the resources, but we do, we say, okay, well, we'll bring y'all back home so we can help y'all. But then there are a lot of people saying, no, why don't we just send people over there to help them over there? But I'm thinking, like, well, why would we treat our own citizens that way? Yes, there are a lot of people in this country and in this world that walk around with diseases. But I don't think the proper thing or the correct thing to do is to say, no, y'all shouldn't come back here until y'all are cured. Because that puts a nasty taste in people's mouths who are here and who may be thinking about going overseas to help, and then say to themselves, well, damn, if I go over there and help, and if something happens to me, my own country, they don't even want me to come back because they're afraid that I might spread something. But I watched when they brought this doctor home, and they brought him home in a private plane that was, you know, a medical plane. They brought him home. When they showed him getting off the plane or out of the ambulance, they showed him in a full hazmat suit along with the person that was with him. And they're going to be quarantined in this particular section of the hospital. I think that if they, for a minute, thought that these people were going to harm anybody in this country in any way, shape, or form, they would have never thought to bring them back over here. And I don't think it's a good thing for people to say, oh, they shouldn't come back over here, because at the same time, at the same time, these people have friends and they also have family members too. And it's not fair. If my sister was a doctor and she did something like that and she got contracted, you damn right I want her to come home. I don't want her to be stuck over there. I don't want her to be stuck over there. That's not where I want my sister to be. She went over to help, and she's helping these people, and she contracted a terrible disease. No, I don't want my sister to be left over there to wait for somebody to come help her. If we have the resources over here, bring her home, because she is an American. And that is how we should never treat our citizens like that. Oh, no, you contracted it. And then what he said, oh, well, then you must suffer the consequences.
Yeah,
how do you say something like that?
That was ignorant. Now, I'm one of those people that, you know, I fear the government, because I do think that strange stuff do happen. And, you know, with them bringing that over here, because it's never been a case of Ebola in America at all. So I don't want no epidemics to be started with that, you know, with that happening. But I do understand, and I listen to them, because when you talk about it on Meet the Press yesterday, that yes, you have that we are fully equipped to help them. They, you know, he was sectioned off, like he had it was a private plane, of course, but it also was like this special thing that he was in, and he will be, you know, in that room, and of course the doctors will all be suited up. But it's like, if y'all saying that, you know, this disease happens through bodily functions, how was it possible for them to get it with all of them all covered up like that? That's, you know, to me that was a little bit scary.
What do you mean, get it while he was over there?
While he was over there, and then, you know, the other one is coming too. Like if y'all, because the way they show the suits is like these plastic suits that, I mean, it covers everything.
But is that? But do we know if they had those plastic suits while they were working on
they
people
were
there?
Any doctor that's, you know, that's treating their patients, they're all covered up because they don't want to, you know, get the disease. But they said that they have a better chance of survival here because we have, of course, better medical care that Africa cannot offer that we can.
And that was my whole argument too. That's why I thought that it would be a good idea to bring them back, because naturally they don't have the resources over there that we have. Now, it's easy to say that we should send our doctors and our teams over there, but we may have stuff over here that they may need, resources that they may need over here that they may not be able to take with them over to West Africa. And that's why I thought it was important to bring them back. When I saw people, when I was reading the comments and seeing what people were saying, it kind of took me back to the 80s when the AIDS epidemic came about and nobody knew what it was. Nobody knew what it was, and for a long time people had it and they were dying and nobody knew what was going on with these people. But the reason why I bring up the AIDS situation is because I have this friend who just recently, probably about 2 weeks ago, told me that he has HIV. And when he told me, he then asked me if I somehow would stop being his friend because he had it. And I said, well, why would, well, no, listen. He asked me that because he actually had a few friends who stopped talking to him. And he said that naturally, those friends, they didn't just up and say, oh, I'm not going to talk to you no more because you have HIV. They gradually stopped dealing with him. And he said, you know, I know why they stopped dealing with me, because I have the disease. And the point that I was trying to make earlier when I had this conversation with somebody is the same way we treated, or this country still treats people who have HIV and AIDS today, and which makes a lot of people with that disease not speak up about it. That's not something we want to do with somebody who may have this Ebola virus, especially somebody like a doctor whose mission is to help people. We all have a mission in life. And that mission, especially if you're a Christian, you know you are to do for others, that they, you know, you are to help others. And so when you have a doctor who's there to help somebody and then they contract the disease, the last thing I'm going to do is say, no, I don't want you back over here. I just can't find that in my heart to say that, especially when I know that they are risking their lives to go somewhere to help other people.
Well, you know what? Well, since first when you talked about the HIV epidemic, I want to tell you guys there's this great movie on HBO called The Normal Heart. If you have HBO, yeah, it has Julia Roberts in it, and I can't remember who else, but Julia Roberts was just off the chain in that movie.
And it's called The Normal Heart?
The Normal Heart. It talks about the AIDS epidemic that started in the early 1980s and how people were dying from the disease and how the government would not give money to, you know, help find out what's going on. And I mean, the way the patients looked, it was just crazy. But it's a great movie, and it explains the story of, you know, how the gay men's health crisis started. It tells a great story, and everyone needs to watch that movie. And you know, I want y'all to know that HIV and AIDS is not a gay disease, and I don't want, you know, and the way them people were treated, it was like, you know how you said, like, some people didn't want to deal with it or want to catch it because they didn't know about it or how it was transferred. And now, to me, we know that it's the bodily fluids, and they were saying that you just can't get it by, you know, touching and everything.
It's more easy.
So they was trying to, yeah, they was explaining that, but it's like, you don't want that outbreak to happen here.
Naturally, I don't want an outbreak to happen here either, but like I said earlier, I think that if these people thought for a second that this was going to cause some type of outbreak here in the U.S., they wouldn't go out there to get him. But they probably say, okay, we can control this. We have this under control because it's just one person. It's not like we're dealing with 10 different people. We're dealing with this one person because you said
one person is
the people.
Yeah,
died,
one person is, yeah, 2 people died. One person is here now, and one person is being flown out tomorrow.
Right. So I mean, I just think that we are in the business. This country is in the business of helping people. We already know that for years. Well, yes, I hope so too. I believe so. That's what I believe in my heart. You know, I believe that in my heart. That we are in the business of helping people. A lot of people thought years ago, and still think today, that this country is ruthless, and they think that this country is trying to spread all these diseases here to wipe everybody out, which I don't kind of understand or agree with, but that's a different topic for a different day. But the point that I'm trying to make is we have this thing where we are to help people. And the last thing I want to see is for us to have somebody who was born, raised, and taught in this country, for them to be stuck somewhere, and for us to say no, to use that Donald Trump method and say, no, you're on your own. You went over there, you contracted it, now you're on your own. That type of attitude I don't think we should have, because it makes people who are here wanting to be doctors or who are doctors, it makes them a little weary about if they should go over to places like that to help people, because who's to say what's happened if something happens to them and then we turn around and say, no, you don't need to come back because you're sick and we don't want this outbreak. It's not a good look for us. It's not a good look at all, especially when people like this, they have families just like we have families. And I know for a fact, I don't want to hear nobody say, oh, I don't want your dad to come back because I'm going to have a problem with that.
I can understand what the families are facing. I'm just a little skeptical about it, but you know, it is what it is. And also, just to go back to your friend's story, it's just so crazy that I want to say, like, over the years, like, we've had people like try to discuss HIV and AIDS with us and everything, and it's like it's not where I wanted our show to go to. For me, it was more, I want to make it entertainment based. I want to do this. I want to do that. But it feels just like, you know, how can I say? It just keeps coming. Like, they keep knocking. Like, we're trying to get in. We want to get in. We want to use your, you know, your outreach, your platform to talk to people. So, you know, it's just, you know, I had someone call me and tell me about their situation, and it's just that it's so sad when you care about somebody, you know that they have that, you know, have HIV, or no, not AIDS, just have HIV. It's just sad when people turn them away. They're people too. They could be your friend, they could be your co-worker. Why treat them different because they have a disease that you don't? You don't have to put them away. You don't have to, you know, kick them, say anything negative to them. That's just wrong. You being a friend, you're supposed to be there to support them. Shit, you're supposed to even respect the fact that they even have the balls to tell you that. Because people live this earth thinking that they're strong and they're not strong, and they want to tell somebody and they can't tell nobody because everybody just looks down on them. And it's like, in 2014, it's still a taboo topic to talk about. And I do hope that people keep the conversation going. And also, I haven't even said anything about this, but I spoke to a HIV group, and they will be here at the barbecue. Like, if you want to get tested, they will be here if you want to go ahead and do it. I just feel like now it's our duty to get it out there and talk about it and keep the conversation going. And as much as I try to, like, no, let's not do that, it's in my face, and it's like, we got to talk about it. So, you know, you're welcome to get the test if you want. It's a rapid HIV test. It takes 20 minutes if you would like to do it. But yeah, just if you have family members, love them. Don't treat them different because, you know, they have HIV. That's just wrong. And you're supposed to be a friend. You be a friend to that friend. Be a real friend. Don't be putting them down and, you know, just thinking negative things and talking bad about people. And if you do have HIV, you know, keep living your life. It's not going to stop. You can keep living your life. Keep doing you. And, you know, that's all I wanted to say about it. But I feel bad about, you know, your friend, and then people just dropping them off like that. That's wrong. That's wrong.
I had to let him know I am the last person that you should ever question if I'm going to stop talking to you because you have something like that. That's not even in my character to stop talking to somebody because they have the disease. And he explained to me the whole situation. I said, well, you know, those are people who are ignorant to the disease, and you have some people who are aware of the disease and they know how they can catch it and how they won't catch it, but they're just still ignorant.
They still do it.
So therefore, look at it. I told him, look at it as a blessing that you don't have them in your life no more. Right? Next topic.
The next topic.
I mean, he still has me. And who wouldn't want me? Yeah.
Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, Flawless. First of all, I just want to say to Nicki Minaj, this has been a great week for you. You released the Bang. They came out with Bang Bang with Jessie J and Ariana Grande. I still feel Ariana Grande wasn't needed, but it's a hot song. I know the videos just got shot, so it's coming out soon. Nicki Minaj pushed her song back, Anaconda, because she was like, oh, something big about to happen. Y'all find out why. And on a Saturday night, I don't know what's going on with these Saturday night releases, but Beyonce released the remix to Flawless featuring Nicki Minaj, and it's like a whole different song to me. And I mean, if you were on Twitter, I don't know, you sleep probably for work, but if you were on Twitter Saturday night, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it was just crazy. You scroll down your timeline.
I heard that Beyonce had Blue push the button to release the album.
Are you serious?
That's what I heard.
Shut up.
You know, Beyonce is on this thing now that she knows nothing about release dates. Her thing is, I'm going to release them
When I want to.
And it doesn't matter if you're asleep, wide awake. It doesn't matter. I don't, you know, when I say it's going to come, that's when it's going to come. And I don't think that Beyonce has any thoughts in her mind in the future that she's going to get release dates. I honestly don't think so anymore. I think Beyonce from this point on, whenever she releases something, it's just going to be.
It's here. So y'all better start having your money ready.
Right.
But I liked it. I liked it. Of course, everybody made it seem like Beyonce addressed the whole. She didn't address the whole elevated situation. She just let it be known.
First, yeah, she let it be known that when you have $1 billion inside of one little room,
yes,
shit's bound to happen.
Yes. Now let me tell y'all something.
And let me tell you something. Me and this unit clerk at my job today were talking about it. And she was like, yeah, because, you know, and I said, well, you know, you and I, we don't have to worry about that. She said, what? I said, about $1 billion being in the elevator. She said, yeah, you're right. I said, yeah, because we don't know nothing about that.
Okay. Nothing.
Nothing.
But I like the song. I know some people didn't like it. You know, that's all right. That's your opinion. Yeah, you ain't got to beat nobody up. Damn it, it's just a remix.
I don't see myself singing it because it's too damn fast and I don't know what's going on.
And you got to relearn the lyrics.
And you have to relearn the lyrics all over again. I don't have time for that because I don't even think I learned the first lyrics.
Oh, I know the first. You
know what I mean? I am on this thing now that I support Beyonce to the 1,000 fullest. But now I am on this thing where I can listen to a song one time when she releases it and don't have to listen to it no more. Before this On the Run tour, I hadn't heard her Beyonce album in probably like 2 months.
Wow.
So it was just like, you know. Yeah. I know the songs. I know the words. I don't need to keep listening to it over
Yeah, I haven't really listened to it like that, but I love Flawless when I'm getting ready to hit the streets. I love to put that on when I make my cocktail. Because, you know, I'm always flawless. But, let me tell y'all, I still have to do an album
It's your diamonds.
What?
Flawless.
Wait a minute, she says your diamonds flawless.
As you riding around.
Oh, child. Look, I know the song, but I have to do an album review. Sam Smith's, oh my God, In the Lonely Hour. I'm going to keep telling y'all, this album is incredible. Y'all have to buy the album and listen to it. You can listen to the album from front to back. It is such a great soul album. Like, I just love it, love it, love it. So shout out to Sam Smith. Hopefully one day we can get him on this show. Because I know that he's going to win an album. I mean a Grammy for Album of the Year. And he's going to win some Grammys next year. I could just tell. It's just something in the way, like, that music is just so good. You can't turn that shit off. So y'all go get Sam Smith's album. Now, let's talk about the Oprah number. You didn't fart though.
Nah, bro.
Oprah. So Oprah, you know, first of all, Oprah be having some good shows. Y'all probably don't watch the Toya Jackson show, but I love it. She's just weird. She got that hee 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 laugh.
Boring.
No, she is not boring. Her show is good. I watch it. I hope she really don't have cold feet with Mary and Jeffrey. He seems like a nice guy. I hope they get married. And his mother was a key kid. On Sweetie Pies, get your fucking checks right. So last night, bitch, they going, wait a minute, let me tell you.
Tell me.
So you want to, first of all, when it's a family business and you got family in your company, right? I don't think it's good to hire someone outside of the family to let them come in and make changes and hire, you know, put them over somebody that could be in that position from your family that knows the family business. Because, like, you don't want to trust these people knowing how much money we made, knowing who gets what, who does this, who does that.
Well, then what's the point of having them there if you're not going to let them know these things? Especially if you hired them to be in a higher position.
But listen, I'm saying that I don't think it was right that they went outside instead of just pulling somebody up to help them.
Well, I don't think that everybody should think that everybody in your family is always on the up and up. Because you got some shiesty people in your family too. And sometimes it's good to have an outsider. You don't always have to hire everybody in your family, and not all family businesses are good businesses.
Not all, but I think that if you got people that know the business, it's only one person in there that I wouldn't have do shit. That's Charles. Charles don't know what he's doing. Right? Tim don't know what he's doing. That's the son. Sweetie Pie's son. He don't know what he's doing. Well, he seems like he is big everywhere. He reminds me of
like a woman. He do have women hips. He's big down there. He's like a woman.
He reminds me of one of the people that you could just convince him to do anything if it's like a get rich quick scheme. That's what I think he fall for anything.
Right. That's why I said that not everybody in your family's on the outside.
But he the one that hired this girl. So you hire somebody to come in, change how y'all do payroll, then she fucks up everybody's payroll. With this, now, okay, some people are used to writing down their time and what time they get there, and you know they want to crack down on people clocking in people that's not really there. But when you doing, I never heard of a thumbprint one. Like you put your thumbprint to tell you thank you. This is the time you here. This is the time you went on break. I never knew anything like that existed. Now that is too much for a goddamn chicken restaurant.
Well, no, because that's how most businesses are nowadays.
They clock in with a thumbprint?
Yes, and because a lot of businesses do that, and particularly if anybody works in a gig, you have it clearly. And that's no shade. If you work in a hospital, you know what I'm talking about. Because a lot of people, they've switched it to the thumbprint because you've had a lot of people in the past clocking in their friends and their coworkers. So now by you using your thumb, you can't clock nobody in. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people do that. And it's not unusual to see that in a restaurant, especially big restaurants, because a lot of these chain restaurants have thumb punch-ins. Not all of them.
That exists. That is crazy.
Yeah, you need a job.
When I worked, all I had to do was come in and punch in my number, and that was it. Yeah, well, but I never knew about
because a lot of, like I said, because a lot of people are clocking in their friends when they shouldn't be doing that.
And that's fucked up.
It is fucked up because at my job we don't do the punch in with your. Well, in my department we don't do the punch in with your thumb. We do it over the phone, but we also have a sheet that we sign in what time we came in too. We have that as well. But I mean, it definitely always goes by the punch in on the phone because that's the what am I thinking? The word I'm thinking of. Let's say the computer. You know, that's how they do it. But punching in on your thumb is not an unusual thing. They've been doing that for a very long time, and I'm going to need for you to get with the program.
Okay, I'm gonna get with the program. But yeah, Tim, like child, it's just a mess. Then you got another hire in there. I guess she's supposed to open the mail. Bitch never open the mail. How does Sweetie Pie get that much mail? I mean, thick as that textbook.
It's fan mail, Kevin. Think about it. You got to think about it. That's a popular show on the Oprah Network. Everybody goes to Sweetie Pie because of the show and because she's on the Oprah Network. So of course she's getting a lot of mail.
Okay, but yeah, you're not opening the mail to make sure that the bills is paid. These motherfuckers had a shut-off notice. Their phones. You know, when you swipe the credit card, the phone dials out to approve it or not. Couldn't even swipe to take the credit card.
Oh, so people was eating for free.
One of them was like, "Oh, I hope this is free." They was like, "We'll talk about that later."
Yeah, that's what I did to Burger King one day. Who? At Burger King. I went to give her my card. She said, "Oh, this don't work." I said, "Hold up." And I was in the car with somebody. I said, "Hold up." Hold up. First of all, don't say that too loud. And secondly, I know that works because I have cash in my account. She said, "Oh no, it's not your card, it's the machine." I said, "Oh, okay." So then I said, "Oh, so this is free, right?" She gonna say, "Well, you got to pay us." I said, "I don't got no cash, that's why I'm giving you the card." So then she called the manager over. I said, "Well, it doesn't matter. Can I have my card back?" So she gave me the card back, and he said, "Well, you know, there's nothing really we can do." I said, "I know," and I drove off.
Ooh, so you never got the food?
No, I did get the food.
Oh.
She gave me the food and was swiping the thing. What? Are you kidding me?
So the food was free. Yeah, you might as well gave it out.
They wanted me to bring up cash that I didn't have. That's why I gave them my card.
That's why people have credit cards now.
Now, if I had cash, of course I would have given you the cash. But I already have the food, and you gave me my card back, and I don't have the cash. So what do you want me to do? Give you back the food? No, I don't think so.
But you know what? If you watch Sweetie Pies, it'll show you exactly how to not run a restaurant. I hope I said that right.
Yes,
how to not run a restaurant.
Like I said, not all family businesses are good businesses. Every family has that one or two shiesty people, and every family has that person in your family that you know you got to follow behind, and watch. And you know that when they come to your house, you got to lock all doors, bedroom doors.
Yeah, but if you got to do all that, they don't need to be in your damn.
Well, then you don't want to tell your family. Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. They don't. They don't need to be working there. That's what I said. They don't need to be working there. Now I'm not gonna stop you from coming to my house. Yes. You just can't go in every room in my house. But you're right. I agree with you. You don't need to be working in my establishment if I have to follow you everywhere. Because I may be washing dishes while you out in the back of the cash register. No, you should be washing dishes and I'm at the cash register.
So I had watched Vanessa Williams' life class last night, master class. It was good. First of all, I didn't know that she was sexually molested as a child by another woman. But she said that she was 10 years old and, I guess she went to the sleepover or whatever. And she was like one of the cool girls. She said the girl went down on her. She said that she liked it, but she didn't know why.
How old was she?
She was 10. And she was saying how, you know, she went out, I guess she was a sexually active teen after that experience. And
that's an experience.
She talked about, you know, her Miss America's, the stuff that happened with Miss America. First of all, I thought that when she was Miss America, that she lost her reign like maybe a couple weeks afterwards. But she said that she was receiving death threats. People were, you know,
she was the first black one, right?
Yeah, it was just so much going on. She was just treated like how no other Miss America was, and this is back in the 80s at that time. And she also said that she had took these pictures a long time ago, before her Miss America crown, and she was saying how the person that took the pictures promised her he would never do anything with the pictures. But after she was crowned Miss America, he was going around trying to sell the pictures to Playboy, all different magazines, and one magazine picked it up. And while they was doing a phone interview with her, they asked her the question about the pictures, and she was like she didn't know anything about it. So he was like, well, I'm not going to put the story out. So when the magazine came out, she had to do a press conference, and wait, let me go back. She did the press conference. Wait a minute, fuck, I fucked up. Fuck, I was on the road. What did I say happened? She did the phone conversation about it, and then the thing leaked. The pictures, the magazine came out, so she had a private conversation with the organization. So she was like, they were stripping her of the crown and everything because of the pictures. So then she explained she was going to sue the Miss America pageant and everything. And while she was doing the deposition, they asked her about, has she ever been with a woman before? And she told them yes. So she said this will come out during the trial. So she said the only reason why she didn't fight the crown because she didn't want the world to know about her being molested as a child. So, you know, she just was saying how, you know, it was just hard for her to break through on Broadway because they was like, we don't want you because of what went on. But as she said, the perfect way to get revenge on someone is to have success. So it was just a great hour. She talked about two of her husbands living in the same house with her with the children. I didn't know about that. And I don't know a lot of people that would do that. They had two ex-husbands in the same damn house. But she just said that they were good men but not good husbands to her. But it was real good. So if y'all get the chance to see that, y'all need to watch it because it was good. And Brandy was on Oprah last night on Where Are They Now. Oprah needs to stop having people that's still relevant on Where Are They Now. Brandy qualifies at least for goddamn Oprah Prime since it's no longer Next Chapter. Oprah Prime or a Masterclass. So what are you trying to say? Oprah tried it. Oprah tried it. Because I guess Brandy, you know, because Brandy lied to Oprah. And about her being married when she wasn't. And Brandy was like, I apologize, yes. She's like, and Oprah let me know, oh, you lied to me a couple years ago. And she'll call you out. Maybe she called that guy out. That fake book. Yeah. She called him. She had a whole special show aired that day. They called him a liar and his mother lied to their face. So and the mother got up there and said she didn't know nothing about it. Oprah said, no, I think you did. So Oprah went on, she talked about Brandy's childhood, her being on Moesha. She talked about Ray J and of course Kim Kardashian. And but they really didn't talk about the sex tape like that. They didn't talk about it at all. Relevant. And I was trying to find out where she was going, but she was saying that Kim Kardashian told Brandy that she didn't like her looks on the red carpet, and that's how they became cool. And then with them being cool, Kim Kardashian told Brandy that she didn't like how she looked on the red carpet. Yeah, she's like she think that Brandy be looking at her mess. And so Brandy took Kim Kardashian started to style her, and then they became friends. And they became friends. That's what you call an honest bitch. So with them being friends, I guess her. Cause see, if I said it. Oh no. Not to Brandy. I'm talking about to anybody. If I was to say it, it's not what you say. It's how you say it. Problem. It's not but some people don't even like how you say it. Or what you say. Because I ain't asked. That's the thing. And I'm sure Brandy didn't ask her, Kim, do you think I look a mess? Especially if she's like, no, can I just tell you something without being offended? Because Kim Kardashian knows about style. Except for that one time when she came looking like Mrs. Doubtfire at the Met Gala. Oh my God. But everybody has to fuck up, But for the most part, Kim Kardashian she is on point.
And I wouldn't be offended if somebody like Kim Kardashian told me I looked a mess, because then I say to myself, oh my God, thank you. Now I have somebody to help me.
Yeah. So they became friends. Then him and Ray J did their thing. And she talked about Whitney Houston, the death of Whitney Houston. You know what? I still want to know what the hell did Whitney Houston write to Brandy and Monica?
Did Oprah ask her that question?
No. They just talked about how Whitney is her angel. So, you know, what Oprah will find a Maya Angelou reference in anything.
That's a girl.
She was like, you know, I was riding here, and you know what? I said that Maya Angelou, she's my new angel. So they both talking about Whitney and Maya Angelou. And you know what's so funny? I haven't seen any Got to Be Reals about Maya Angelou since she passed like they did with Whitney. I hope there's one more Got to Be Real. But it was great. Then they also talked about the car crash. And Brandy, that's when her faith in God was restored during that time. And you know, I never really hear Brandy talk about her faith or anything like that. But it was good to see her talk about it. But you know, she was trying not to break down.
Of course.
You know, and I think it's so sad that some of y'all, I'm going to say motherfuckers, be tweeting about that. And, you know, just to be negative about stuff like, you don't want to hold that against anybody. Yeah. Somebody lost their life. And, you know, she just deals with it all the time. So just shout out to Brandy on being on Oprah and everything. It was good. But I wish it was longer. Because I want to know what happened with the engagement. You know, it's a lot of shit we want to know.
Oh, that's why we have our show, so we can invite her on the answer.
You think she's going to talk about it?
Oh, yes. She better. Okay.
Yes, love
Moving
is out
on
there.
to Cicely Tyson.
Yes.
I heard she was on there.
Yes. We still on our own.
Not where are they now, but...
So Oprah did another master class with Cicely.
Oprah tried it.
Cicely Tyson did a masterclass. Can you find that quote that's on my Instagram that Cicely Tyson said?
It's on your Instagram?
Yeah, Cicely, she talked about her life. First of all, she didn't know if she was born in New York or not. I found that very interesting, and that she grew up being a stenographer or stenotypist in school, and she was just saying how there was this one story in particular. I'll let y'all watch the thing, where she just is like, no, I can't be in here typing up stories like this. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. So she went out, she did some modeling gigs and stuff like that, and she said her mother kicked her out the house. She said her mother kicked her out because, you know, them Christians was like, I'm not here for you modeling and things like that. And she didn't want her daughter out there in Hollywood acting or none of that. And until she did a play, and then her mother was, you know, accepting all the credit for it. But she's like to her, you know, my mother was telling a damn lie, basically, is what she was saying. And she talked about her fighting to get roles throughout the industry.
That's how her and Maya Angelou met. They did something together years ago.
I didn't know. Oh, with Tyler Perry?
No.
I'm about to say, because they was in that movie.
No, years ago when they were young. Because remember, Maya Angelou was an actress years ago. Like in the 50s when they were in their 20s.
Bitch, you know what?
You didn't see the funeral, Maya Angelou's funeral?
I never got a chance to watch it.
Well, she spoke on active memorial, and she talked about the first time her and Maya Angelou had met on the set of, I don't know if it was a movie or a play that they were doing.
And she talked about how when she plays a role, she plays a role. She said, I have learned from every single character that I played something emotional, spiritually, physically true. I cannot do anything that would not enhance humanity, especially when...
That doesn't say physically true.
Psychologically. Bitch, you know what the fuck I meant. Psychologically, bitch. I'm reading fast. Oh, don't act like I can't read, bitch.
I don't know what you can do, because I don't know where you saw physically at.
Psychologically, child. It's all right.
What's Jim Jones' mom name?
Mama Jones.
Mama Jones.
And well, look, if Mama D can spell bitch wrong, I can read a word wrong.
Mama D's not,
She said B-I-C-T-H.
Yep. She sure did. And you know what? Yeah, she did. What? She did, I know. But, you know, hey.
Wait. What?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it, because that's somebody's mom.
Let's go back to Cicely. She talked about how she
let's
started.
Go back to Cicely.
She talked about how she started. She basically was a trendsetter with her hairstyles.
Right.
And she
with the braids and everything.
The braids with the low hair. And she said that, you know, hairstyles was calling her, you know, like, bitch, can you stop this?
Right. Did she ever talk about when her and Whistling went to school together?
Who?
Morgan Freeman?
No, she didn't discuss that. It was her master class where she just talked about her
I wish she'd get that.
Did she go to school with him? Bitch, you tried
I went over his head.
Because I wouldn't know shit. Morgan up there.
That's what
he was old.
That's the point I'm making.
So
they were always old. That's the point I'm making. They were old.
You know, I always say she played old people.
Still going over his head.
It's not going over my head. I know what you're talking about.
Oh boy.
So anyway,
physically,
because I want to throw me off psychologically. Probably already did. But it was a really great masterclass. And Oprah, y'all need to start putting these masterclass on demand so people can see it in the same week that we discuss it. Hello. Damn, it was good.
And Iyanla.
Yes, Iyanla too.
Because they don't put her on there either.
No, but they want to wait till the season's over. And then show you half of the second season, then half of the whole season.
Like, not all of the second season.
Yes. Y'all need to get your own demand library together. Get it together.
What's the next topic, sweet?
Next topic is just, no, because I'm not finished. Cicely Tyson talked about our generation. And she said somebody came up to her, a young child, asked her, who was Dr. Martin Luther King? You know she wanted to read on TV. But she just was saying, as this young generation, we have got to do better. And she said this only shows that we are not finished with our work. We have so much more to do.
And you know what I believe? I believe that there are people who know who Dr. Martin Luther King is. Like, I believe that there are a lot of young people who know who he is. But they don't know
the struggle. She said
they know that he was somebody who fought for African American civil rights. But a lot of people don't know that he was a preacher. They don't know that it wasn't just him alone, that he had people working with him. That's why when I think of Dr. Martin Luther King, I don't just think of him. I think of Rosa Parks. I think of Medgar Evers. I think of Dr. Dorothy Heights. I think of all these other people who were working along with him because he didn't do it by himself. He really didn't. And that's what a lot of people don't know. A lot of people only know his name, but they don't know what goes behind the name. They don't know the struggle and the story behind the man and the people who, because what did Hillary Clinton say? It takes a village to raise a child, okay? And it took a village to help Dr. King to get where he was at. Yes, he was the man in the forefront, but he had a lot of people helping him because he couldn't do it by himself.
Yeah. And she also explained that, you know, it's sad that children of today don't believe the struggles that we went through because they don't see it.
Because they don't see it. That's why
she said we got to...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm sorry to cut you off, but Cicely Tyson wasn't the only one that said that. If I recall, a few years ago, somebody by the name of Michael McClendon Carter said that. Okay? He said that when we were speaking about voting, how there is a lot of people who don't go out, young people don't go out and vote because they don't know the struggle that our grandparents... I said that. And Cicely copied off what I said. Wendy Williams ain't the only one watching us.
And before that,
no, I'm joking. But yeah, I did say that.
Yes.
On numerous occasions. But it just goes to show you, somebody like Cicely Tyson saying is confirmation that what I was saying was true. A lot of people out here don't know it because they don't know the struggle. Why? Because you got a lot of their parents who are about 10, 15 years older than them.
Okay.
Their grandparents is 20 years older than them. Can you imagine that? but you know,
they're out there.
They're out there, and so they don't teach them the struggle. It's only their great-great-grandparents who are in their 80s and 90s who are trying to. But by this time, a lot of young people don't want to talk to nobody in their 80s and 90s. They don't want to talk to her. They want to talk to her about. Well, guess what? I had an aunt who was in her 80s when she passed away, and I love talking to her because she taught me a lot that if she had I not sat down and talked to her, I'd have never known. So sometimes it's good to talk to the elderly because they have, let me tell you something, the elderly have lived it, okay?
Did you watch this or didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, then let me finish because I got to finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're getting around to a lot of stuff she said.
Of course I am.
As they faded to black, she said, don't have children if you're not going to make it worth their while. Then it faded to black. Then she came back after they faded to black.
She don't have no kids, or does she?
I don't know. I don't think she talked about having children. But she talked about her having like a sixth sense. You know, we all have it.
Somebody like Cicely Tyson, somebody with the name Cicely Tyson has to have a sixth sense.
And she, you know, I don't want to tell too much because I want y'all to watch it. Yeah. But she also talked about don't throw away elderly people.
No.
She said you have to treat them with respect.
I am so.
I know. That's why I said, did you watch it?
Right. Because I'm done. See?
She was like, we could do anything.
Yeah.
She said,
that's true. Because Cicely Tyson is up there. She's in her 80s. And this is what I tell people who look down on elderly people when they say, oh, old people shouldn't do this or they shouldn't be driving, they shouldn't do that. I always tell them, don't count an old person out, because some of these old people have better reflexes and have better sense than some of us young people. I was telling somebody at my job about Mother Rivers. I said she was 96 years old and still got behind the wheel of her car and was still driving herself around. Just because you're 96 don't mean that you are incapable of doing things for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It don't mean that it's just your age. You got a lot of healthy people in their 90s. Hell, we got one mother at my church now, Mother Hinton, 91 years old, and every time the Spirit hits her, she jumps up and starts shouting and praise dancing at 91. I was shocked earlier, a few months ago, when we celebrated we thought it was her 90th birthday, but she corrected us and said, oh no, I was born April 14th, 1923. Ooh. Not 1924. So we said, oh, 91. We thought it was her 90th. She said, no, I was born 23. So, I mean, but just to see her, I always thought that she was like in her late 70s. That's how good she looks. But when she said, no, I'm 91, I was like, and you get up and shout like that? Like, what the hell? Don't count no old people out, because they can do it. There's a lot of old people, not all people in their 80s and 90s are in a wheelchair or using a cane or walking. There's a lot of healthy, elderly people out there. God willing, one day we will be elderly. And I don't want nobody who are in their 20s and 30s to count me the hell out. Don't do that. So I tell a lot of people, stop counting these old people out. Hell, that one guy who was on the thing, you know, it was a sad situation, but he was 100 years old and he was still driving. They had this one black lady who was 102 and she looked and she was whipping that car. I said, if you gonna do it, go ahead and do it. I don't want nobody to say, oh no, if you're this age, you shouldn't be doing it. Don't say that, because if they are able to do it, then let them do it. That's why a lot of old people don't like to live in a nursing home or anything like that, because then that makes them feel as though they are unable to take care of themselves, when a lot of them are, and probably can take care of you. But that's a different show. A different story.
Very character Jackson.
I feel it.
So on that note,
ooh, I am feeling
thank y'all for watching today's video. We got 2 more videos. Listen, I don't know what happened with Marsha Ambrosius, okay? I got to call her back. I ain't throwing her under the bus, but I got to call her back. We'll be back Friday, and then we'll be back on Tuesday. But after that, we got to prepare for this barbecue and stuff. So,
excuse me.
Yeah. So we got a couple more videos coming up. But make sure y'all check out R&B Divas. Make sure y'all watch Mama Scorpion. She get this girl together about being in love with the married man.
I think this was a good video today.
It was. Every time is a good time.
Yes.
They still waiting on that 4th one, and I seen Diggy in the club the other day. And I was like, don't speak to me. No, we talked.
I didn't say anything.
I
talked to Diggy today, but he didn't tell me he saw you. Yeah. So I guess everything went well.
Yeah. The girl, you know, all the girls came out for Keisha Cole for 5 minutes.
Child. That's a different. Be quiet, Miguel.
They came
Bye, everybody. Because I got to go.
All right, y'all. See y'all Friday.